Hi everybody, welcome to week 8. We are now ready to start lesson plan 9 and 10. So we just completed ethics and religion. Now we're heading towards the topic of atheism and ethics. And so we have two different lesson plans. One is the topic of the four horsemen, and who the four horsemen are the four leading spokespeople for spokespersons for atheism. And here we go. That's Richard Dawkins, Sam Harris, Christopher Hitchens, who passed away a few years ago from esophageal cancer, and then Daniel Dennett from Tufts University. And so if you go to the required reading, keep clicking on the wrong thing here. This is just a very short one-page introduction to atheism and morality. It's very short, just explaining to you what the topic's about. Religion, No Moral Compass, and Dawkins' God Delusion. Again, altogether it's like one page because they're just almost paragraphs that I've copied and pasted for you to give you a background. Dawkins' God Delusion is going to argue something pretty interesting. He's going to argue not just defending atheism, but he's going to go on, it says, an offense against religion. So what he's really pretty much going to argue is that it's not that you don't need religion for morality, but that religion leads to immorality. Okay, so it's a little stronger of a claim than you might expect. Hitchens on morality and atheism is here, and morals without God. So a lot of these are, and you're familiar with de Waal. We studied him, I think, 2 times this semester. We studied him in neuroethics, and we studied him in evolutionary biology. So he's going to explain the topic a little more, and he's going to offer slight challenge to the four horsemen. But nonetheless, the major argument you're going to run across here is it's not just we can have morality without religion, and of course that could be very strongly claimed, but they're going to take it one step further and say oftentimes religion can lead to a lack of morality, and that would be the case where it could lead to hatred towards another, a tribal group that's not your tribal group. It could lead to some awful thinking as we have witnessed in the world today. So, okay, so here we go. We have the values without religion, so we have a philosopher arguing for that. And this is an example of a Jain, which we don't think we studied Jainism. Yes, we did. We studied Jainism in this class in the very beginning of the semester when we talked about Eastern ethics. So Jainism was turned to an atheist. I thought that was just a fun little film to watch. And then the four horsemen, one film on each of these horsemen, again, very short, 4 minutes, 2 minutes, 7 minutes, and 4 minutes. So Harris, Hitchens, Dawkins, and Dennett all arguing their positions there. This is called the Secularist Creed, and so these are the 10 points of the Secularist Creed. So to be looking at that. The post topic here is, it's going to ask you, can you have values without religion, or is religion necessary? And do you think religion hinders morality? And that's what the four horsemen are going to be arguing there. So it's an interesting topic, probably challenging for a lot of you if you come from a religious background. The exam question here is the 4 bullets. Again, you like my little thing here with the Godbusters, with the Ghostbuster reference here. Okay, clicking out of that for a second. And that constitutes our lesson plan. I say 2 hours because the reading and the film watching do not take too much time. Okay, the next lesson plan that goes with that is, again, an atheist philosopher, Friedrich Nietzsche. And Nietzsche is not one of the 4 horsemen because he predates those guys. Those 4 guys are the 4 modern atheists, but he's a very interesting philosopher, and he's got a lot to say. In my on-campus class, I gave them a packet of material because I have some fantastic quotes of Friedrich Nietzsche. I wasn't able to find all of them. I found 10 very important ones online for you guys. And I typed this up. I explain a little bit of his background here. This is my writing. And then I also wrote this explaining, what the topic's going to be about. I presented it as the moral problem, so he's putting morality as anti-nature. And what he's really going to be arguing here is that the religious system in his day and age was arguing what they thought was moral, what he would claim would be like lack of morality. It was really anti-life, anti-nature. Human sexuality was viewed as something that he thought was to be castrated, was to be viewed in a negative light, and he thought that was very unhealthy for us to view it that way. Okay, so morality is anti-nature. He's not saying he proposes that. He thinks the morality in his day and age was teaching that sexuality was wrong, and it was really an anti-nature, anti-life understanding. Okay, and how he comes to that conclusion is he really looks at examples within Christianity where the saint is the castrate, or the saint is the virgin. And so understanding that human desires are called into question, he was, and condemned pretty much to a large extent. He was challenging that notion. Okay, the moral solution, he has this concept of an Übermensch, which is a German word for the Superman or higher humanity. He thought we can evolve to a higher state of awareness or consciousness. And here are some quotes that support his position. Okay. And he talks about this open sea, this new horizon that we as human beings can evolve to and morally reach highest potential. It's kind of like Abraham Maslow's self-actualized person, so to speak. And he's got some interesting ideas about pain. I'm just walking through some of these and hardships, that these can be transforming experiences. What doesn't kill me make me stronger is a famous quote of Nietzsche. I loved this quote here, number 7. It's a really good one. It's very inspiring. Okay. And so here are, with this number 10 here is a little bit challenging. He's very pro. Now this is going to seem a little strange to you. He's not a Christian philosopher in any way, but he's very pro-Jesus and anti-Paul. Let me explain that a little bit. Why he's pro-Jesus is he thinks that Jesus is a model of morality, a model of for us to follow, because Jesus taught to forgive your enemy. Jesus taught to not discriminate between people, and Jesus led us to a better way of life. Not in terms of religion, just in terms of how to live and interact with each other. But then he thought Paul came along, and those in the class who are very Christian will not like this. Paul came along and set up the Christian theology, okay, and is the author of most of the New Testament. And the theology being concepts of eternal damnation and hell and a day of judgment, all of which Nietzsche rejected and thought didn't match what the teachings of love and compassion that Jesus taught. So you can see how he appreciated the philosopher of Jesus, but rejected the theology of Paul. Okay, so that was just a little background, pretty intense for some of you, and who've never been exposed to Friedrich Nietzsche's ideas. The film here, this is a fantastic one. It's one of my favorites, Nietzsche on Hardship and How to Be Happy. This is a film my husband made. It's just a little 3-minute one. And this is Sheldon talking about Nietzsche on The Big Bang, just for fun. Some of those are just fun films. The Post topic, real quick. Your favorite quotes and how you resonate with his ideas or do not. The exam question, here you go. So this is, a lot of students tell me in the past that this is one of the harder lesson plans for them because they really don't understand Friedrich Nietzsche, but I'm here to help you. If you have any questions, post them in the help participation forum. He's one of my favorite philosophers, so that I've definitely read all of his works. I've read, I say all of his works, most of his works, and I've read so many of his biographies that I feel like I can help you to a great deal on that. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and we'll be heading to environment and animal rights the next couple of weeks. Namaste. Bye-bye. There we go. Stop.